Hey everyone, welcome to the second work cycle of 2025 from the Surfliner team. We are wrapping up Comet Sprint number 42, Daylight Sprint 14, and Lark Sprint 17. Today we're going to be hearing from our Daylight team in two different contexts for the ADR Lite and Daylight proper, and as well our Comet team. And so to start us off, I'm going to hand it over to David.
Hi. I'm speaking to you now as the ADRL Lite tech lead. Later I'll be speaking to you as the Comet tech lead. So ADRL Lite is it's two things. It's UCSB's sort of basic discovery system that we need in order to be able to retire the old Alexandria Digital Research Library. But it's also a prototype for future Comet based discovery systems. So the stuff that we build there is going to feed directly into the systems that we work on for UC San Diego probably later this year. So for ADR Lite itself, so this is the application that provides or is going to provide the back end that the Daylight components Lisa demos will talk to provide search results and metadata. We've done a bunch of infrastructural work on that. We figured out kind of our approach to how we're going to handle search and indexing um, and providing search results, and we got the sort of the skeleton of the application up and running, and our intent is by the end of next sprint we should be able to show uh, those Daylight components in action integrated with ADR Lite and actually pulling data from Comet. Um, but for now, the pieces are still kind of all over the garage floor. So Elisa's going to show you the components that she and her team have been working on for that.
Hello. Again, my name's Elisa Pierce, and I'm going to share my screen and show you what the Daylight team has been doing. All right, can I get a verification that you can see my screen? Excellent, thank you. All right, so essentially, this is what we've shown you before, but we've done some work internally as well as just sort of bringing this together. We've been able to make this a responsive page, which simply means it's going to adapt to the screen as the viewport shrinks. And then there's interactions that then can be taken that are more easily accessible on, say, a mobile screen. And then what we've also done, we did heavy work in responsive behavior as well as accessibility. So I'm going to run this checker here just to kind of show you that we only have this one issue. So we essentially were working towards our WCAG 2.1 AA standard. And you'll notice this is actually a AAA. But this is actually one that I also want to get fixed because what this current issue is like if you went to go press it on your screen with your finger, it may not be big enough for your finger to press. So that's something that we've been actually discussing a lot with our Daylight team and hope to have resolved for our production products. Um, so the other piece is we did this throughout all of the pages. So here's our search result page. And again, it has responsive behavior now within those components that allows it to shrink and show. And for this one, a few more ARIA flag, this site improves flag, like it recommends this, and then that AAA. So we've met our AA 2.1 WCAG standards as far as accessibility goes for all these components. But speaking of components, so when we want to now use these inside of one of our campus-driven apps or our ADR Lite prototype, this is how it would function. So we would be able to bring in those components into the site and bring them together. So this is that search bar. We have our quick links. We have an eyebrow up at the top. And so our continued work into our next sprint will be creating more prototype pages that ingest the components, as well as hooking our components up to a endpoint API for some seed data. So that's it for Daylight, and I will stop sharing my screen. Thank you.
Okay, so now wearing my Comet Tech Lead hat, bring you up to date on what we've been doing for Comet itself. So we've set up a shared QA environment for stakeholders at both Santa Barbara and San Diego to be able to test the features that we've been rolling out and the bug fixes that we've been implementing. We've done a lot more testing actually, and exposed some new bugs which we're fixing, so that's great. We've also made a lot of progress on file characterization and versioning. We've got some stuff still in progress on that that's going to move forward into next sprint. But we've got checksums. We're able to characterize large files. We've got our characterization infrastructure sorted out, and we're able to save multiple versions and restore multiple versions of files. And one nice thing about that is that code for file versioning, we were able to contribute back upstream to the Valkyrie project. So other folks that want to use versioning with S3 or Minio or similar stuff can take advantage of that. Gabriella, did you have your hand up?
That was an accident, David.
Okay.
Clap, actually, saying good work.
Thanks. And we also made some progress on improving testability. There are still some quirky failures that crop up every once in a while, but it's a whole lot less frequently than it was a few weeks ago. So we also did some work moving forward on more complex objects, moving toward the functionality that we want to have there later in the summer, but also supporting things like complex date formats that we are going to have to deal with in the shorter term, and making sure that we can validate our metadata schemas and check for problems there on startup rather than run into trouble later. Yeah, so we're moving along, hoping to make more progress on the discovery side and continue knocking off Comet bugs next sprint.
Thanks so much, David. Might be worth, I think, giving a quick shout out to some of the folks that were involved in the infrastructure side, especially with those environment preparations. And I know on the DevOps side, getting our discovery sort of patterns established, Michael Craig, just a quick shout out there. Know we've been busy balancing local work, but really appreciate all your efforts bringing this together. That's fantastic. So should we maybe ask people to look at the Surfliner blog for additional details from a sprint demo, sprint report, and then we will stop our recording and maybe take some questions.